when I was like a little boy. You know, it's probably like 6 years old. And like, I got like a game of like Braveheart. Yeah, I think that was a game. You know, it wasn't that fun, to be honest, that game. You know, it might have been kind of bad at it, but, you know, then after that I got the Game Boy Color. Never got the Pocket. Played like all the Pokemon games. You know, then finally, like a few years ago, got myself the 3DS XL. And it's like the Zelda edition. You know, it's like gold, but it's got this, you know, silicone case that I got on Amazon. Holy crap, it's 2 different pieces. You know, I forgot about that. I haven't taken it off in a long time. You know, 'cause it's like a lot easier to play it with them grips on it. Check it out, folks. And there's the Triforce from Zelda. So, you know, I'm real happy to have this thing. You know, I bought it off of a few years ago. Bought it off of, you know, one of my friends. And, you know, before that, you know, when the Nintendo DS came out, I got that. And I got Super Mario 64 DS. And a few other games. You know, and I think then I sold it or something. And then like a few years later, I got a DS again. And you know, I didn't play it enough. And then I ended up selling that one too. And so then, you know, a few years later, I got this one. You know, I bought it off a friend. upgrades of weapons and armor. Customize your playing experience on a touch screen. Don't hunt alone. Single player with 2 AI companions. Or join up to 3 players locally. Local play between the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U via local wireless. You know, I didn't play too much of that like I said, but when I did it was pretty cool. You know, I think I played that right when I bought it a few years ago. You know, that was one of the games that my friends sold to me. So next up is Mario and Luigi Dream Team. So this is the adventure of Mario's and Luigi's dreams. Join the bros in a hilarious action RPG that bridges the world of Pillow Island and the impossible landscapes of Luigi's imagination. You know, this one, like, also I didn't play that much. You know, it's one that came with it, that I bought with it. But, you know, what I did play, I think I liked. You know, like a lot of different cool abilities. So that's another cool game. You know, I probably should play that because it ain't that bad of a game. Well, this next one, I definitely beat, and it was really fun. You know, it's called Mario 3D World. Super Mario 3D Land. You know, this game kind of reminded me of Super Mario 64. Just a little bit. But you know, when I played this, I believe I earned everything you can. Like I found coins and all kinds of stuff. You know, whatever you could unlock, pretty sure I unlocked. You know, that game's got pretty cool box art, if you asked me. Classic Mario action with a modern twist. Mario leaps into a new dimension. Mario returns to his roots and an all-new adventure in 3D. Tanuki's suit and more. Boomerang suit. Propeller box. Tanuki's suit. 3D graphics and gameplay. Leap and stomp with precision with the new 3D view. Extra challenging. Beat dozens of mystery boxes and trade them via N64. And he would always tell me how fun it was to play. And I would be always wanting to get one. But I don't think I got one for another 3 or 4 years. So this game's called Super Tamagotchi Life. And you know, this game's like pretty cool. You like can do a lot of stuff in it. Your friends, your job, your life. What happens when all your favorite people move into the same apartment building? It's time to find out. Bring me's to life. Personalities and voices make me characters act and talk like your friends, family, and favorite celebrities. Get to know them, visit their apartments, feed them burgers, even give them pirate outfits. You know, make friends, go on dates, get in fights. This game's pretty cool. It's kinda like The Sims. But you know, you're like checking on all these people's lives. And I played it a little bit. But it's been a little while. Next one we got is a real treat for you folks. It's called Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 3DS. And this game's a fun one. You know, always liked them Smash Brothers games. And it's fun playing this one on the handheld device. You know, it's real similar was real cool to do that. The next one I definitely beat back when I got it, and it's called The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. And that's, the game that came after the Ocarina of Time. And this is my favorite Zelda game of all time. Because, there's like a lot of emotions in that game. And I always really liked the masks. The world will end in 3 days. Can you stop the apocalypse in time? A twisted skull kid will destroy the world in 3 days by sending the moon crashing down. To stop him, Link must collect powerful masks and relive those final days in many unexpected ways. Wear special masks to transform. Swim with ease as a graceful Sora. Roll over enemies as a mighty Goron. Help and befriend Termina's intriguing residents. Madame Aroma asked you to find her missing son. Cafe's mask could be the key to this mystery. This one's got updated graphics too, and sounds. And, they made these games, a little easier to find out how to do stuff. 'Cause I remember you write in your notebook a lot more than you did on the one for the Nintendo 64, I think. And I loved all the ways they made that game cooler. Well guys, that's my, Nintendo 3DS collection. More games to come, possibly. Maybe that Luigi's Mansion one. That looks pretty cool. And that was a good game on the GameCube. Guys, but other than that, thanks a lot for watching. And if you liked the video, consider supporting me on Patreon, and so I can make better, bigger, faster videos. But other than that, guys, it's gonna be Dalton out, and we'll see ya for the next one. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dalton, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys my Nintendo 64 game collection. And I'll tell you something else. Got quite a few of these games. I bought quite a few of them growing up. It was like one of my favorite systems. And so every birthday and stuff, I'd always be getting them Nintendo games. So, first up, we got Rayman 2, The Great Escape. So this Rayman game, I got only a few years ago. And it's pretty good, I'd say, but I never beat it. But I really liked the first Rayman game. this one I guess this one was like a 3D one, and that first game wasn't. So, and now we move on to one of the most important ones, and it's Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. And I got this one, trying to remember how old I was. Probably like 10 years old. And I remember I was on the way to school in the morning, and like my mom was taking me there, and she was like, I reached back into the trunk and, grabbed a bag. And, I looked in that bag, and that was Zelda, the Ocarina of Time was in it. And I was like real happy. But the only bad thing was that I had to go to school. So I had to go through the whole day knowing that game was waiting for me. Okay, we got the Jet Force Gemini. This game was kind of cool. It was like you were like a space ranger. I didn't really play that one too much, and I never beat it. But it was fun. You killed like bugs and stuff, I'm pretty sure. Okay, this one's called Hexen. And I believe I picked up Hexen only about a few years ago. This game, to be honest, I think I bought it used, and I ain't played it yet. But it was like real cheap, and I think a friend told me to get it. I got quite a few of these, so I'll keep it I'll say a little bit about these. Okay, this game is the F1 World Grand Prix. It's like a racing game. And I believe that I, didn't really like it too much. It was, not that fun to me. I think I traded my friend some game, and he gave me like that and a racing game. Okay, folks, this was a real good one. And it's the WWF No Mercy. So, me and my brother used to play this all day long if it was a weekend. This was the WWF game, and it was real fun. It was one of the first ones where you could go backstage and one of the first ones where you could make your own character. And I just remember loving that game a lot, and this story mode was, sort of insanely fun. Okay, we got here Star Wars, Shadows of the Empire. If I remember this game, it was pretty dang hard, even on the easiest modes. But it could be due to the fact that I was a small boy, and I might not have been too good at the games. But it was real fun. And sometimes I used this Game Shark to try to make the game a little easier. I tried not to cheat too often in the games. But sometimes I use this son of a gun. beat that one, but it was pretty good. Always got my butt kicked into Mortal Kombat games. But I'll tell you one that I didn't get my butt kicked in. And it was the Super Mario 64, folks. And it's one of the best games there is on the system. I remember my friend when I was growing up. His name was George. And I was in kindergarten before I got the Nintendo 64. And George would give me all the intel on the Mario game. And like he made it sound so dang good that I had to get it once I got the Nintendo. We got the 007 World Is Not Enough game. And you know, it ain't as good as the GoldenEye game. But it comes in at a close second. You know, like the multiplayer in this one was pretty dang fun. And they had some core gadgets. You know, like better, you know, new gadgets than the one from the GoldenEye game. I remember playing that game a lot. You know, the GoldenEye and the World Is Not Enough. But I'll tell you, the world was enough when we was playing The World Is Not Enough. So this next game is called The Memory Card. And it was basically a video game that would save your other video game's data. And you stuck it in the back of the controller. And you know, then you had some save space. And I didn't get one of them memory cards for quite a while, folks. Sometimes I had to restart games. Next up, we got the Rugrats in Paris, the movie. Now, I don't got the slightest idea how them Rugrats made their way over to Paris. And I ain't never seen the Paris movie. But this game weren't too bad. You know, it was like a lot of mini games and wandering around like a carnival. You know, I never beat it, but I think this was another one I got actually only maybe a few years ago. You know, just 'cause I played some of them Rugrat games and I liked them. You know, it was a real good Rugrat game. Was Rugrats: The Search for Reptar on the PlayStation 1. But that game might be one of the best of the old time, if you're asking me. And you know that, and you could take that to the bank. We got Hardcore ECW Revolution. So this was like another wrestling game. And I didn't find it as fun as the No Mercy game. But it was real hardcore, like the title suggests. There was barbed wire and stuff. And it was a lot more scary, I guess, and stuff like that than the No Mercy. Okay, folks, hold on to your seats. And if you're standing, be sure to, be careful. Because this next one is called The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And this is the dang special edition. It has got a 3D front. And I think my mom got me this the first day it came out. 'Cause I was asking her for a million years about getting this game. Yeah, I believe that one was an early birthday present. And I would play that game all the time. You know, I loved the fact that you could be different was fun skateboarding and jumping on cars in that game. Okay, we got Turok Rage Wars. You know, I've got every Turok that's on a Nintendo 64. Because the Turok games were probably, could have been almost my favorite games for the Nintendo 64. The Rage Wars game was like strictly multiplayer, if I believe it right. And it was real fun. You could play it with your friends and stuff. And it's like an FPS game. And there's like a bunch of creatures and dinosaurs in those games. We got Banjo-Kazooie. Now folks, this one was real good. Tell you something, I got this used probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And I would play that at my friend's house. He rented it one time when we was little kids. From the Hollywood video, I believe. And I didn't get too far in the game, but like when I bought it a few years ago, well, I'll tell you something, I beat the game 100%. And it was real fun game, like, it's a lot of good stuff in that game. Okay, folks, this next one's another Turok game. Turok 3, The Shadow of Oblivions. So in this game, you're hunting dinosaurs and stuff. And like other stuff, like big old crazy creatures. And like the Turok games, like I said, was real fun for me. And I remember one of my friends, just like the George with Mario 64. I had a friend named Trevor, who like when I was probably 7, I was playing Turok at his house. And I was like, this game is real good. But like I think that my parents might not have let me have some of them till later. And so the Turok game, I think I got a few years, probably when I was like maybe 11 or something. Okay, we got WCW and MWO Revenge. This game was pretty fun, but it don't hold a candle to No Mercy if you asked me about it. It's another wrestling game. It's got Goldberg on the front, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and I don't recognize the other guy. He reminds me a little bit of Diamond Dallas Page, but I don't think that's him. I don't remember a lot of the WCW wrestlers' names, but I was real big on the WWF. Okay, we got Xenia the Warrior Princess. So I bought this Xenia game due to the simple fact that I really liked the Hercules game on the Nintendo 64. And I believed it to be similar, to the dang Hercules game. And I'll tell you, sometimes you get disappointed. And this was one of them times. Because this game was a piece of crap compared to the Hercules game. This game was like a versus game. Like left player and the right player. And it was sort of not very good. But I believe I got it for $5 new somewhere, and that's why I took the chance, folks. Okay, we Banjo-Kazooie. So this is like Banjo-Kazooie 2, basically. And like, there's a lot more stuff in it than Banjo-Kazooie. You know, it sort of like overwhelmed me more than the Banjo-Kazooie game. And I never 100%ed that game. But, you know, I could still do that. Because I still got that Nintendo, folks. Okay, here's a good one. It's called Duke Nukem 0 Hour. And I remember when I was growing up, Duke Nukem was like pretty cool to me. Because he got all the babes. And he was like a real cool guy. And I believe I got this 0 Hour when I traded it to a kid in the neighborhood. I traded him something for it. You know, I may even traded him like 2 PlayStation 1 games for it. You know, we did a lot of trading back in the day. But like it was always fair usually. Never like bad. Turok 2 is Seeds of Evil, folks. That is son of a gun. Tell you something about Turok 2. Turok 1 and 2 recently came out on for the computer. You know, like on the Steam. And those 2 games look real good on the computer. And I used to play this all the time. And when I seen it on the computer, you know, I was like real amazed and like real grateful that they put it on the computer too. It's like a dinosaur and creature, you know, game that you try to get past all these enemies. A little bit scary too if you're not careful. What do we got here, folks? We got Gauntlet Legends. I don't, you know, remember a lot about this. I believe that someone let me borrow this years ago. And then they moved or something. But like I didn't mean to take it or anything. Like, they was like, you know, hey, try this out and play it. But I don't think they miss it that much. And if they do, you know, I could definitely give it back to them, just being honest about it. Well, we got here to Hercules. We got Kevin Sorbet in that game. He was pretty cool. I'll tell you, back then he was real cool. And this was the game that I thought that the senior game was gonna be like. This game was real good. I loved this game a lot. You know, you got to play as Hercules and like some other people. And you know, you triumphed over the wrongdoings of the land. Real fun game, folks. Hercules. Okay, we got Kirby 64, this Crystal Shards. Now, I never beat this game, folks. But I did play it. You know, a decent amount. But when I was little, I feel like I couldn't understand or, you know, like follow through with these games. And so a lot of the time, I'd like change the games I was playing up a lot. And never beat one, but get through a few. Okay, we got War Gods here. And this game was a versus game. And it says on the back, property of Hollywood Video. But it really ain't the property of them license because they sold it. Hollywood Video was like a video renting place, and they'd rent out these video games too. And sometimes when they was tired of certain games, they'd sell them. And this son of a gun is one of those times. So this is an ancient relic from the days of old of the rental stores. And you've seen it here first, folks. You know, maybe I could get on the news for having one of them games. Okay, this game was interesting. It's called Body Harvest. So this game was like a third-person game, and you had to rid the world of these alien creatures. Now it was kind of like confusing, if I remember. I never beat the game, but I thought it was fun, and it was like an open sandbox game. You know, and on the Nintendo 64, that was a pretty exciting thing, folks. To be able to do whatever you wanted. You know, there was even cars in that game. So this next one is last but not least. Well, I got a few of my games in a storage case, but they ain't in this case. But if I remember right, them games were, I'll tell you after this. We got Conker's Bad Fur Day, and this game was very kind of like adult-themed game, you know, it weren't for kids. There was lots of swearing and stuff like that, but it was real funny. You know, it's probably one of the funniest video games I ever played in my life. And I stand by that through and through, folks. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I played it all the time. You know, you're like a little red squirrel in this game. And you travel throughout different places. Fixing the place. And it does a lot of movie references throughout it. And I'll tell you, probably my top 3 Nintendo 64 games is Conker's Bad Fur Day. And the music, and it's real good too. But I think that you guys should check it out. But as I said, it ain't for little kids or people that don't farting, and stuff like that. A lot of toilet humors and stuff. We got Quake, and that's one of the best games of all time on the PC or the Nintendo. You know, this game scared the crap out of me when I was, we got a computer when I was about 6 or 7. And I played this on the computer back before I played it on the, Nintendo. But it's a real fun game, real kind of scary. One of the revolutionary games. And I think the other few games that, I'll just tell you about were, this Quake one was in that other case. I know The Rock 1 was in the other case. Glover. Glover's a game where you run around as a glove. And I thought it was pretty fun, but it got a little bit hard. What other games? I can't really remember, but we got quite a decent amount here, folks. And I tried to say a little bit about each of them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this collection. 64 games was. Well, folks, I recommend some of them games if you still have your system. And thanks a lot for watching this video. And consider subscribing and maybe liking the video. And maybe support me on Patreon if you don't, if you feel up to it. But other than that, folks, it's gonna be Dalton out. And we'll see you for the next video. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dalton, and today I'm gonna be doing a PlayStation 3 collection video. I had that PlayStation 3 for quite a few years. So we're gonna be showing you all the games I got over them years. Got kind of a lot of them, so I'll say a little bit about each of them. Okay, first up is Twisted Metal. So Twisted Metal I got on, the day it came out. And this came with a free downloadable copy of Twisted Metal Black. This game's like a car game where you gotta smash each other up in your cars. And like the first one came out back in the 90s on the PlayStation. So I had to get it on the PlayStation 3 when the new one came out. We got Skate 3, one of the best games on the PlayStation 3. This game's real fun, and it's like one of the last skate games they came out with. It's real fun to skateboard in them games, like Tony Hawk games were real fun to me. So these skate games was real fun too. I had number 1, but I never bought Skate 2, but I did get the Skate 3. Okay, folks, this is a good one too. This game's called Silent Hill Homecoming. So, basically, this is one of them Silent Hill games. They're a little bit like the Resident Evils, where they're real scary, and you're going and solving puzzles and opening doors and stuff. This game I got back when it first came out, and I beat this quite a few times too. I'd say it's one of my favorite Silent Hill games, definitely. We got another one of them, folks. We got Silent Hill Downpour. So this game I got on the day it came out as well. This one, weren't as good as the Homecoming if you asked me about it. But it was pretty cool in its own way. Something about the feel of them Silent Hill games. I really like the scary games. Just that, the feel to them where it's real, tense and stuff and scary. Well, wouldn't you know it, folks, we got another Silent Hill. And it's the HD collection. So this is the one from the, Silent Hill 2 and 3. And them games came out on the PlayStation 2. But this is the HD version of it. And it's got number 2 and 3 in there, and them are pretty good games. It's got the updated graphics and stuff. I got to, drink some soda. Real thirsty. similar to them Silent Hills, and it's the Resident Evil 6 anthology. So this sucker I got on the day it came out, and this puppy has got Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But the only downside about it is that the 1 through 5 are downloadable on the internet. You know, you don't get them in the disc, which I was real kind of like bummed out about. But I'll tell you something, if I could be honest, Resident Evil 6 was my least favorite of them, because it was too different from all the others in like a way that I didn't like. You know, let me know what your favorite Resident Evils was if you got the opinion on it. Okay folks, we got the Red Dead Redemption, and this game's real fun. It's like a Wild West Grand Theft Auto game. You know, instead of stealing horses, you're stealing, well, instead of cars, you're stealing horses. And they're coming out with another, a news Red Dead game soon enough. And I'm gonna be real excited to play that one with the real good graphics. Cause this game is already about, well, 7 years old, I believe. Or maybe even like 8. Okay, we got Dead Rising 2, folks. Now this game I got the day it came out as well. You know, this one, I got this on a PS4 as well, if you watched that video. You know, I just had to have it updated and, better graphics. But I played this game a lot when it came out. You know, it's like a game where you chop up zombies in a mall, and you could make these real cool weapon combinations. You know, like you could stick like nails and a baseball bat together to make like a spike bat, and like a chainsaw with a canoe paddle to make like a chainsaw that's attached to a canoe paddle. Okay, this is a classic game. This is Demon's Souls. I got this one only like a few years ago. But it's the first Dark Souls game. But it ain't the same title, but it's like, the first of them. And it's pretty dang hard, I'll tell you something else about it. It's a pretty fun game. I don't think I ever beat it. But like I'm pretty close to, if I remember. But it's been a while since I jumped into that universe. But I suppose, I could definitely finish it. Okay, we got here Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. So this game came out a year after Dead Rising 2. And it's the same universe and game, but you're the different character, like you're the guy from Dead Rising 1. And, I thought that was pretty cool. So I bought it. And it's got a bunch of extra stuff, and I like the character from the first game, a lot better. Well, a little better, so I thought I'd have to get that. Okay, folks, we got Dead Island here. Now this game's like a first-person zombie game. And I bought that to get the day it came out. gave me that when I bought it. You know, this game's real fun. You know, you gotta find objects to smack these zombies with. And guns are pretty rare in the game. You know, I buy a lot of the games I get the day they came out. Well, I did with the PS3 anyway. But I didn't really spend my money on a lot of other stuff. So I, had enough to get these games. We got Dark Souls 2. So this game was real fun, and I bought it after I bought Bloodborne on the PS4. I had to go play these Dark Souls games. You know, this is after Dark Souls 1. You know, it's pretty fun. But I think I like Dark Souls 3 way better than Dark Souls 2. But you know, it's a hard game where it's like medieval times. And a lot of people know about it from how hard it is. We got Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 3. And I was real excited for this game when it came out. You know, I think I went at midnight to get this. Because of the fact that, I always liked them Mortal Kombat games. And I was so happy that they came out with a newer one with real good graphics. But I ain't played Mortal Kombat X. But, you know, them are good games. We got the Minecraft PlayStation 3 edition. So this game I've got on the computer in the PlayStation 3 and before. But it don't really cost that much anymore. I just had to get it on a console as well. Because of the fact that it's real fun and, you know, not sure why I did, but it weren't that expensive. Since it's been out for 1,000 years already. Okay, we got the staple of the system, and it's the Metal Gear Solid 4. I believe I was given this game. And it's like the original one that came out. You could tell by the logo of the PlayStation logo. It ain't like the new one. Let's compare them side to side. You know, one of them's got it on the top, and then this one's got it on the side. I bought this game at midnight as well, and it's called Max Payne 3. You know, ever since I played Max Payne 1, I got it on that game on the PS2 back when it came out. You know, I love the fact that you could do the slow motion shooting. And no other games was doing that. So when I played all of them games a million times. Because they're so dang fun. And you could dive and shoot in slow motion like the Matrix. Yeah, this game series is definitely probably almost one of my favorites of all time. Folks, the camera battery's running low, so I'm gonna go ahead and record until it dies, and then I'm gonna charge the battery and finish the video. But I'm just letting you know, just so you know. We got Dark Souls 1. And that game is one of the best Dark Souls games. I got this it was like after I played Bloodborne and stuff. I played them all out of order. I played like Bloodborne, and then Dark Souls 2, and then Dark Souls 1, and then Demon Souls. And I'd say these games are, pretty one of my favorite game series. And I think Bloodborne's my favorite of all of them. And in second place is Dark Souls 3. Okay, this one's pretty cool. It's called Dante's Inferno. I got this special edition on sale. I think it was $10 or $20. Got it at Walmart, back in 2011. And I don't think I ever beat it. But if I remember correctly, I thought it was a pretty dang fun game. You're like slashing up a bunch of demons. And it's like real fast-paced combat action. Very cool game. So this game's called Condemned 2 Bloodshot. I had Condemned 1 back on the Xbox 360. And then when this game came out, I got it. It's like a first-person game where you used to be a detective guy. And you're sort of like solving these problems. And there's a lot of scary enemies that are like real weird looking. And I'll tell you, it's fun as heck. And a little bit scary because of these crazy enemies. They'll come at you with like pipes and stuff, and you gotta find pipes to rip out of the wall yourself and defend yourself. We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, or number 4. And this is the Game of the Year edition. I didn't really play this that much, to be honest. This one, I think I was given this one, and I played it a little bit, and it was okay if I remember, but I ain't too into these duty games. They just ain't tickle my fancy. Next up is the Hitman HD trilogy. This has got 3 Hitman games on the PlayStation 3. I really like them games, so I had to buy this one. It's got like an art book inside of it. It looks real cool, like it's like a book binding. And like the booklet is connected to it. It smells pretty good. Yeah, that game's pretty dang good. Well, the Hitman games. I think I started playing them when I was I rented one of them when I was 13 years old, I think. Okay, folks, next one's pretty cool. And it's the Batman Arkham City. So this is the second Batman game, that came out on the new systems. Like the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And these are real fun. Like the combat is fun to do. And there's a lot of stuff to do in the game. It's like an open sandbox game. And, of course, the first Batman game. I got this the day it came pretty addicting game if I remember. You know, really good combat, like I said. And just a fun game all around. You could do all kinds of cool stuff, and there's a lot of gadgets. Here we got the Hitman Absolution game. It was one of the newer Hitmans, and it put a lot more cool stuff in the game. I think I beat this one, and I don't know if I ever did on hard mode, because it was like there was a lot to figure out each level, and you had to sort of memorize the levels to get good at it. We got LA Noire, and I got this game the day it came out. And it's a game where you're like two detectives back in the 1940s, and you gotta solve these crimes. And the way that you choose to interview people determines how it turns out. And that game is real fun. I think I beat it a few times. And I bought that one on midnight, if I remember, back when it came out. This game's called The Last of Us. It's real fun. It's a post-apocalyptic game. And there's creatures, sort of like the zombies in it. And they wipe out a lot of the world. And you gotta sneak and do all kinds of stuff to get around in this game. I think I beat that one a few times. And it's a real good one if you asked me. These games are, this is one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 3. I bought this one back when it came out, but I think I lost it, and I had to buy it again. And you could be real creative in this game. So I always liked the fact that you could make your own stuff. And there was all these custom levels online, and they were real fun. You jump around as a Beanie Baby Man kind of thing. And there's a lot of good stuff to do in the game, and it's real unique. Here we got the second Little Big Planet. And this game added a lot of cool stuff. And, I was happy to get this one too. A lot of cool new stuff in this one, and cool levels. Even more creative than the first. And if any of you guys watch my PS4 collection video, I got the Little Big Planet 3 on PS4. And the stuff from the first and the second transfers into your third game. So that's pretty cool. We got Heavy Rain. This is a pretty cool game. This is a quick time game where you do you press a button on time and it determines whether the game goes well or not. And there's quite a few outcomes, I think. I believe I beat this one a few times. And it's kind of like a movie, so it's got you real, focused the whole dang game. Pretty fun if you asked me. person shooter game. And I think it was kind of scary, but I never beat it because I didn't particularly like it as well as a lot of other games. Ain't sure why, but I just didn't really care about it. But I got it pretty cheap, so I didn't really mind not playing it a lot. Here we got Fallout 3. This game's real fun. And like I've spent hours playing these Fallout games, I'll tell you that much. You know, if you don't know about Fallout, it's like after a nuclear, you know, like apocalyptic end of the world, and then you're finding supplies and scavenging for stuff and doing quests. And the creatures are pretty cool in this game. And then right beside it, we got the Fallout New Vegas. And this one is like a game that was between number 3 and 4. But like this one is definitely one of my favorites. Because I played this one probably the most hours. A lot of time played, but the PlayStation, I think my PlayStation 3 is getting old, because it freezes a lot when playing this game, and so I play it on the computer, because it just won't work very well now. Must be too much on the PlayStation. We got fairy tale fights. You know, this game was kind of like, a little bit like funny. You're doing like fighting and stuff, and it's like cartoony kind of with swords and stuff. If I remember, I didn't play it too much, but I got it for like $10. And I never beat it, but it was fun to mess around in because it's like a very cartoony game. But this game's real good, and I bought it right when it came out. At midnight, I believe. You know, the woman went specially in the back to grab it out of the box for me. And I played this a lot, The Evil Within. I think I beat it a few times, and I tried it on the hardest difficulty. But it's too hard, because if you get hit once, that's it. And it's insane. And this is kind of like Resident Evil, where you're like, you know, running around and like getting new weapons and fighting zombie-like stuff. Real good game, I like that one. Here we got the special edition of Elder Scrolls Oblivion's. You know, it's got all the DLCs, and that's downloadable contents. And it's like a metal case. And I really like the case of this game. I played this one quite a bit. And it's like almost as good as Skyrim. I believe I bought this game right before Skyrim, so I could get familiar with the Oblivion series. And it's real good. And there we got Skyrim. You know, I remember I bought this at midnight remember I was geared up for, like clothing wise. I had mittens and a coat and everything, and no one else was dressed well, so they was cold, but I wasn't. This game's one of the best. But it freezes all the time on my PlayStation 3. I think my PlayStation's too old. But I got this on a computer, so I play it on there. I got like millions of hours on this game. And so much stuff to do. And it's a never-ending game. You just can't do it all. And that's what I liked about that game. Very cool game. Yeah, one of my favorites. Well, guys, that was my PlayStation 3 collection. I believe there were a few games that I lost or gave away, but them are the ones I still got. And I'll still play that PlayStation from time to time. But, folks, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you liked the video, be sure to like it and maybe subscribe. Also consider supporting me on Patreon. But if you don't want to do that, well, you can donate on PayPal. And I got links down below. But other than that, folks, it's gonna be Dalton out. And we'll see you for the next video. Hope you're doing well. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dalton, and today I'm gonna be taking a great big old look at some of my PlayStation 4 games. Since that thing came out, I got quite a few of them games, and so we'll be showing them off, and I got kind of a lot, so we'll see. I guess I'll say a little bit about each game. Okay, but folks, first up is Until Dawn, and that's like a scary game. That's pretty cool, and I think I got it the day it came out, because I was real excited about it, because it looked real scary. You're in this cabin in the woods with your friends, and you make decisions, and they all affect how the game turns out. Now this next one's a gem and a half. That there's the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. And I'll tell you, this game's real fun. I got it back on PlayStation 3. The day it came out, I waited in the shivering cold outside of GameStop. And it was November the 11th of 2011. And then I got it again when it came out on the PlayStation 4. This game's real fun. It's like medieval. And you could be like a mage or a marksman, with a bow and arrow, or a swordsman. A lot of people know about this game. It's one of the best ones. Now this game is one of the best games I ever played. Well, it's two of them, but it's Resident Evil Origins Collection. So, it's got the remake of Resident Evil 1 from the GameCube. And it's got Resident Evil 0 from the GameCube. And I was so excited when this came out, because them Resident Evils, I'd be lying if I said they weren't one of my favorite games ever. They're real scary and stuff, and real fun, shooting zombies. This sucker I got the day it came out, absolutely. It's Resident Evil 7. this one's like one of the main games. And I always wished that I had like the PlayStation VR, because you can play this in the VR if you have it. In this game you fight zombies and creatures, and it's real scary, folks. Tell you what, I'd recommend that one. Well, we're on a roll with the Resident Evils, because we got Resident Evil 5 right there. And I got this game, back when it came out on the PlayStation 3. And some people ask me, like, how come you buy it again? And it's for, like, the simple fact that, it's an HD now. And, like, just looks a lot better, and, it's really cool. This is another really good Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4, folks. And I'll tell you something, if that ain't one of the best Resident Evils of all time. It was like one of the first ones where you could like aim wherever you wanted. And like the old Resident Evils, you could only aim in certain places. But then this one, you can look wherever you want and all that. This game came out on the GameCube back in 2005, I think. And I got it on the GameCube back then, but then this one's HD and like, it's real good. I like a lot of scary video games. And this is another scary 3 games, I guess. And it's Outlast Reality. It's like 3 games. So it's like Outlast 1. The Outlast DLC. And then like Outlast 2. And these are real scary. On account of the fact that you can't fight. And you just gotta run from people. You gotta hide and all this stuff. And them Outlast games always, real fun to play, but real scary for you. No Man's Sky. This game, I got the day it came out, I think. And like, a lot of people was angry about this one. Because, apparently it didn't really do the things that they said would be in the game. Like, people thought there'd be multiplayer and there wasn't. But it was pretty fun, kinda like like you gotta harvest stuff. You gotta like get supplies and build new ships, and you can travel around space and visit planets. And every planet's got like different animals. Yeah, that was pretty fun. We got this on standby. We got the Minecraft. And I do believe I play this game every now and again. And like record it on this channel that you're watching right now. I think we're up to like, I can't really remember which one we're on now. Excuse me, but this game, a lot of people know about it. It's like a creative game. You get to like go and find stuff and build things. It's all blocks. Yeah, I always really liked the Minecraft because you could be real creative if you want. I got this next one for a Christmas present. It's called Metro Redux. And it's got like 2 games. Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. And they're kind of like, sort of like games that animated creatures and all kinds of stuff. It's like a first-person shooter game. I never beat either one of these, but they're really fun. You know, like sometimes I think that I have too many video games, because sometimes I don't beat the ones that I even have. And I probably should before I start other ones. This one I played this one on, for this channel. It's called Little Nightmares. And I did a full play of this game on this channel. It's like real fun. You're a small person. And you gotta run from like big old people and scary stuff. It ain't too long, but it's like just long enough. And I'd say I really like this one. I think I beat it probably, 6 times. This next game's real near and dear to my heart. And because I played the first 2, and this game's called Little Big Planet 3. And this is the Day 1 edition. Where, I don't think I got it right when it came out, but, I bought it from Target. And it came with like a little Sackboy figure. That's what they call the main character, the Sackboy. He's like filled with beans, kinda, I think. Maybe cotton. These games are real fun, but they're only on the PlayStation 3 and 4. These games are, you jump around and grab onto stuff, and you can be pretty creative and you make your own levels. So I always really liked that about the Little Big Planets. Okay, the next one is a classic game. It's the Grand Theft Auto 5. So, I've been playing these games ever since I was like 11 years old. I got to number 3 when I was 11. And it came out, I think in like October 2001. And I got it for Christmas that year. And I was over the moon. But I didn't have a memory card, so I had to keep replaying for like a few months because I never got a memory card. But this number 5 has got like real good graphics. And it's a really good game. Looks real good, folks, and you can do like first person in this game. Here's another scary game, folks. This one's called The Evil Within. And it's, like by some of the same people from Resident Evil. And, you go around like shooting creatures. And there's like a lot of different kind of creatures. And you can like be silent, or you can, run around in front of them. I always like being silent, because then like you can save ammo and stuff. But that's a good scary game. I recommend that one. Another scary zombie game. It's called Dying Light. And it's like first person zombie game. And you can parkour, like jumping from ledges. And I always liked that about that, is that you can jump off stuff and land in big piles of garbage. That's one of the best parts about the game, is you jump off a roof into a garbage pack. It's just come to my attention that I got a lot of zombie games. But it's another zombie game. It's called Dead Rising 2. And that like originally came out on the PlayStation 3 and PC and Xbox back in 2010. And it came out again on PS4, like last fall. You'd run around and, like chop up zombies. But it's like a funny game too. And like I really like this game. These are one of my favorite games, there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can make like cool weapon combinations. And they're really funny weapons, like they got teddy bear weapons and like rake weapons. Like what you use to rake the leaves. And there's Dead Rising 1. This came out back in like 2006 or something. And it came out again last year. Right, around the time that number 2 did. It's the same kind of thing. You like fight zombies and stuff with like funny weapons, and it's like a real funny game. Okay, folks, we got Dark Souls 2. Now, these games are pretty hard, but like if you play it enough, I'll tell you, you can get good at it. I got like decent at these, and I played number 3, and I put a few of them up on this channel that I played. But these games are cool, like medieval times, and you fight creatures, and like humans, and like, it's real hard, because, like 3 hits and you're dead, or like, sometimes 1, it depends on the enemy and stuff. Them are like infamous for being notorious and hard. And this game is by the makers of Dark Souls, and it's called Bloodborne. And this game's one of my favorites ever. It's like kinda scary and pretty hard like the Dark Souls games. And like all the creatures are so crazy looking. You're like a man with a gun and a main weapon. You go around like fighting these crazy characters in like a dark world. I beat this game quite a few times. And maybe sometime I could play it for ASMR, maybe. Or just walk around and show the, like pretty landscapes. 'Cause it looks really good. Last but not least, well, actually I got one more. This is a Duck Dynasty game, and I ain't opened it. As you can see, the wrapping is still on it. It's from like the TV show, and I guess you can do all kinds of stuff like, shooting at like ducks and doing funny stuff. But like I got it on clearance, and like I never got around to playing it, but I probably will, 'cause that show is kind of like a goofy show where they like do jokes and all kinds of funny stuff. Well, folks, now we got the last but not least, and it's called 7 Days to Die. And there's another like zombie type of game. It's you've gotta survive, and it's kinda hard, even on like easy or medium. I tried playing this, and like you can die from diarrhea and stuff, so you gotta be careful. careful. You gotta eat the right stuff, and I can never find like the cure for dehydrations and like all this crap that's like survival. But it's real fun, and maybe I'd get better if I played it enough. I recommend that game too. Well, folks, thanks a lot for watching. Those were my PS4 games. And if you liked the video, be sure to like and, maybe subscribe. And also consider supporting me on Patreon. Because that'll give me the funds to maybe do better role plays and pizza videos and